What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 15 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 15 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $5,000 just yesterday. Another member who won $302 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to be talking about is none other than 26.5 points, rebs, and assists for Norman Powell, and this one actually is for less. Now, we look at Norman Powell, we've actually seen him go in the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, as you all know, when we look at Minnesota Timberwolves, we do see that they rank 4th in points allowed, 4th in assists allowed, and 9th in rebounds allowed. So very high in all 3 categories, and this one's kind of a no-brainer to us due to the fact that Minnesota do rank very high in all 3 categories. We definitely see someone like Norman Powell going on the under here. When it comes to someone like Norman, he doesn't have the highest usage rate in this LA Clippers team, but on top of that, what we also do expect it is due to the fact that when it comes to Minnesota and LA Clippers, they are both pretty slow-paced teams, so we are expecting a pretty slow-paced game coming into this matchup. Now, his average over the last 5 is 25.2, so we get a little bit under this line as well. But on top of anything else, what we do very much like on top of all this is due to the fact that when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well. So all signs really do point towards the under for this one. So for that reason, Normal Powell, 26.5 points, rebs, and assists for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Anfernee Simons. So Anfernee Simons, another great player, and this one is for points, rebs, and assists for 30.5, and this one is for less. Now look at Anfernee Simons. We've actually seen him go in the under in 1 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Detroit Pistons. Now as you all know, Detroit Pistons and Portland, it is going to be, a really exciting game to watch, in some sense. But when it comes to Detroit, they do actually rank, 21st when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, when we move on into assist allowed, we see that they rank 11th and then 6th in rebounds allowed. So surprising to a lot of people when it comes to Detroit Pistons as well, they are a decent defending team on assist and rebounds. And on top of that, you do also have to remember that Pistons, they may not be the best, but they are still currently ranked 9th, so they're still somewhat in that playoff picture, so they have been doing pretty well. And over the last couple of weeks, we also have seen them increase when it comes to their defense, restricting a lot of points, rebs, and assists, and we definitely see that continuing on coming into this next game against the Portland Trailblazers. Now when it comes to Anfernee Simons, he doesn't have the highest usage rate, but on top of that, when we look at Detroit, they do a really good job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the guard position. So we definitely see someone like Anfernee Simons going on the under here. When we look further, what we also do see is that when it comes to somewhat of Anfernee Simons in the pace that he will be expecting in this matchup, Portland and Detroit, pretty slow paced teams, and we are expecting a little bit less volume than we usually see from both of these teams. So for that reason, we are sticking to the under for this situation here, and for that, we do like the under. So Anfernee Simons, 30.5 points, rebs, and assists for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Rudy Gobert. So Rudy Gobert, great player, and this one is for points and rebounds, so a combo one as well for 19.5, and this one is for more. Now, when we look at Rudy Gobert, we've actually seen him go in the over in 1 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the LA Clippers. Now, when we look at LA Clippers, we do see that they rank 5th in points allowed, and on top of that, rebounds allowed, they do rank 4th. However, the reason why we do like the over for this situation here is that when it comes to LA Clippers, they actually do a very poor job at restricting points and rebounds to the center position. So we definitely see someone like Rudy Gobert being able to take advantage of this. We tend to not really see Gobert score quite a lot, but we definitely can see a lot of inside scoring from someone like Rudy Gobert, as LA Clippers do allow a lot of inside scoring, especially from the center position. So we definitely think with that, on top of the extra rebounds that we should see him potentially get, we should see someone like Rudy Gobert being able to go on the over here, no doubt about it. So for that reason, definitely keep an eye out for this one. So Rudy Gobert, 19.5 points and reps, 4 more, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Jeremy Sochan. So Jeremy Sochan, another great player. This one is another PRA for points, reps, and assists, and this one is for more. Now look at Jeremy Sochan. We've actually seen him go in the over in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against the Chicago Bulls. Now Chicago Bulls do rank 29th in points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they do rank 28th, and then rebounds allowed, we see they're ranked 28th as well. So this one's kind of a no-brainer to us. When it comes to Chicago, they are a decent team, but they allow a lot of points, rebounds, and assists, and we definitely see someone like Jeremy Sochan being able to take advantage of this coming into this game. Now, while we are expecting a decent amount of pace from this matchup, but on top of that, Chicago Bulls actually do a poor job at restricting points, reps, and assists to the forward position, which is what Jeremy Sochan plays. Now, his average over the last 5 is only 19, so slightly under this line, but he's had a couple of cold games, but we definitely see that changing coming into this next matchup. As we like to say, matchups. That's what's most important. And with a matchup like this, we definitely see him going on the over here.